Lovely, dark, and deep. It's not only qualities I look for in a woman and my coffee, but it's also the name of a new woodland horror film. So let's take a stroll through the forest with Lovely, Dark, and Deep. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. Lovely, Dark, and Deep is new on demand from XYZ Films. It's directed and written by Teresa Sutherland. Barbarian's Georgina Campbell plays Lennon, a rookie park ranger assigned to an outpost deep in a national park. Lennon passes her time studying a map of the forest where, as a child, her sister was lost and never recovered. When a camper goes missing, it triggers Lennon to relive that feeling of loss and emboldens her to find the lost camper on her own. But finding the camper might be the least of her worries, as the woods seems to have its sights set on Lennon to devour next. If you're an avid conspiracy nut like me, you most likely are familiar with David Paulides' 411 theories about the North American national parks. If you don't know anything about it, here's the short version. It's not a mystery that getting lost in the forest is a bad thing. While most likely, a lot of these missing persons succumbed to the elements and their remains were lost in the thick forest or eaten by wildlife. But the missing 411 theory believes that there are a vast number of cases where someone was there 1 second and the next it is as if they simply disappeared. Paulides attributes these missing persons cases to everything from other dimensional portals to UFO abductions to Bigfoot. If you're interested in further research on the subject, it's pretty easy to find on YouTube, but beware, it's a mighty deep rabbit hole to dive into. With all of these hours of videos dedicated to disappearances in the national parks, it's about time a movie comes along and makes use of these theories, and Lovely, Dark, and Deep is just that movie. Writer-director Teresa Sutherland makes this a deeply personal tale by having her main character, Lennon, enwrapped in these missing 411 podcasts. She listens to them while she hikes down the trails. She's bound and determined to get to the bottom of why her sister went missing all those years ago, even if it puts herself into danger. And into danger Lennon leaps as she ignores orders to stay at her post and constantly goes hiking all over the area, looking for some kind of clue to this mystery that has plagued her all these years. Luckily, Georgina Campbell's large lost eyes and chipmunk cheeks make her an actress you almost automatically root for. Campbell plays a stubborn yet naive ranger, and she does it very well. She's likable and seems haunted by her past, feeling responsible for losing her sister. Given that Lennon's motivation is so deeply important to her, you almost understand why Lennon keeps putting herself in harm's way over and over again throughout this movie. Still, I found myself frustrated how many times Lennon simply ignores the orders of her superiors. She's well-intentioned, but often finds that she does more harm than good by being this dedicated to finding the lost. This proves to be the central challenge of the film, as many 411 theorists believe that park rangers know something about the mysterious disappearances, but keep these secrets for unknown reasons. Throughout Lovely, Dark, and Deep, we find out why these secrets are kept. It's a wonderful and somewhat subtle transformation we experience through Lennon, who goes from rookie to someone who is beginning to understand what the park ranger's role is. But that learning experience is an arduous one. Filled with all kinds of claustrophobic shots of being surrounded by trees, surreal buildings that appear and disappear from nowhere, dreamlike interactions with ghostly people, and some absolutely terrifying imagery of simply batshit crazy stuff going on in the woods, Lovely, Dark, and Deep whisks the viewer up onto a roller coaster ride into a thickly wooded nightmare that refuses to allow you to wake up. The entire film is carried by Campbell, for the most part, as she endures all kinds of dream logic and nightmare imagery the deeper she gets into this never-ending forest. Director Sutherland is able to capture some shocking and warped images that feel original, yet also strike at a primal nerve. By the time the film comes to a close, Lennon does find some answers, though they might not be the ones she first intended to find. It's a somewhat vague ending, but one with a great sense of poeticism and poignancy. If anything, you're going to find yourself thinking twice before camping after watching Lovely, Dark and Deep. It captures the stuff of pure nightmare at times, yet grounds it with a deeply personal story acted out by a very capable actress in Campbell. This is a good one. And if you ever have been in the woods and even had the smallest inkling that you might be a bit lost, Lovely, Dark and Deep is going to hit very close to home.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. You're doomed. Live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside that reality.